Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on issue 28 of the Disney Dollhouse from Hachette. So let's go ahead and open the page. First thing we're going to be building is the lantern from Peter Pan, and then we're going to do some more work on the floor, on the second floor. So let me go ahead and get the parts out. And if you forgot or you didn't know, I am doing it, and it is in French, and sometimes I'm having to get translations. So let's get the parts out of the bubble pack. So what we have here is the light assembly, really small micro switch. It says to put the battery in. Battery should go positive up. This is a CR 1632, of course, not a battery that I have. Not one that I have extras of. Goodness, that battery is really in there. I may eventually replace the light in here. Just let's make sure. It is push button. I may eventually figure out something how to do this. It'll probably be solder a wire here, solder a wire on the back, and then go from there. So the next thing we do after putting the battery in is we take the base of the table, lamp, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to put this little switch, this little push button switch, in here, just like that. And then we're going to set the circuit board in here so that the button, this button here, has to sit on top of this button, this switch here, or this push button there. Kind of like this, so that you can push the button. Do that again. You can see right here, I'm pushing it on the bottom. Once that is in place, we take the rest of this cabinet. The drawers aren't going to open, obviously, but inside there, you can see there's a spot for the top of the circuit board. I don't see anything that says, well, no, you don't want to glue it on, because if you glue it, you're never going to be able to change that battery. Actually, I think it's going to be easier to put it in here first. Not sure, because it shows it coming further out, so I think I might have had it backwards. Yes. Okay. There, the light is actually sticking up. So let me push this cabinet on here the way it's supposed to, and it should just pop on here. Good snug fit. And then button still works. Then you take the lamp itself. I don't think there, other than these 4 pegs going onto into these 4 holes, there's any particular way that this is going to go on here. You just kind of push it on there. And it's not showing very well. I wonder. Okay, it does show that it's lit up, but it doesn't light very much. Not too bad. Nice thing would be is if I could put this back into the bubble pack. Oh, that's not what I meant for it to happen. Let's see if we can pull this back. We can pull everything off except for the round part here on the bottom. We'll put this back in here. We're not going to put any glue on here. It doesn't need it. Nobody's going to be pulling on it. But I want to put this in here like that, So I've got something a little bit bigger to keep track of it in, and it's not going to get damaged. So I'll set this with the other parts that I have still in the bubble packs. That is all there is to do on the light. So now let's get the floorboards open. And I see that there are marks on these just like there were in the last issue. Make sure nothing left in the bag. So we have a larger piece and a smaller piece. The B and C. Let's see, C goes over here. So it's going to go together when it goes together like this. And these letters are actually going to be up on the top like they are over here. And we have these smaller pieces, these slat pieces here. It's kind of exciting building the second floor in just stage 28. Okay, so we have C, G, G's going to go here, D, which is going to go back here, and B. So first thing it's going to have you do is put part B, just like this, in here. And it's going to be, again, a tight fit. But like in the last issue, B and B need to line up. So we're going to set this here like this. There's a slight curve to it. I'm going to set this here like this so I know where I need to put the glue. Put a little dab down here, some right here, here, and then across here. And instead of doing the B side first, I'm going to do the unmarked side first, because that was the part that did not want to go in before. I want to get this in, if it's at all possible. There we go. It's starting in there. Get the B side over here. B is in. A little bit tight there. Oops. We want the big clamp. These are actually just medium-sized clamps. I have some big clamps. We'll do the same thing over here. Grab a Q-tip. They're so far away now that I rearranged the desk. Probably don't need to wipe the excess off here. I just want to. Set that right there. Grab one of these smaller clamps. Put it right here so it's going to hold everything together. We'll set this off to the side right now, because I don't think we need it right yet. No, we don't. We'll set this over here off to the side. Matter of fact, we'll take this one and set it over there as well, so that I have a work area that is free of other stuff. So now we're going to take C, which is right here, and again, it's going to go on here like this with the C, that C on there lining up with that C right there. So set this on here like this. We're going to have a little bit of glue here, some here, and some here. A little bit there, some right there, and some on either side of this tab here, like that. So we're going to now take this, slide these tabs into the slots on the floor. This is just a hair. There we go. I was going to say it's a hair short. I didn't want to go in easily. A little bit of adjustment. This one was sticking out. So we'll set that like that. And again, a little bit of excess glue. Not going to harm anything, but still I can clean it up. So the next thing it says to do is take this part here and the other part that we just did, this part right here, and we are going to line up these tabs. So we should be able to take these off. And I'll clean out the glue in these slots. Let's make sure it is staying solid. So we're going to set this on here like this after we glue it. And it actually does say to put glue along the edges, not just on the tabs. On the last video, I didn't do the glue along the edges. I just did the tabs. I may regret that. I don't think I will. So we're going to do just a little bit of glue. Just like this. Then we're going to take this and set this one on top of here. Go ahead and take these clamps off. They're kind of getting in the way at this point. We're going to set this on here and hopefully everything will push down just like that. We want to make sure that everything is together right. So I'm going to clamp it on both ends. It's a little bit wonky right now. Let's make sure there's no major amount of glue on this side. I'm actually going to lay it face down like this. And spread the glue a little bit. There's glue runoff over here on this side. It's not going to hurt it. Didn't want any on the other side. We'll lay it like this. Let's see. Letter C. I'm just looking at what it says. The C, I believe, is over here. It is. Oh, look at me go. I went ahead and did it. And let me see. Letter C. I'm looking at this going, somehow I lost track of where I was at in the instructions. But everything worked out okay because I'm actually supposed to put C. Maybe. I don't know. That's the hazard of doing something in a foreign language. Foreign to you. But now we have the D, and the D looks like it's going to go here. Actually, it's going to go here. Let me go ahead and pause while I'm holding this down for a few minutes just to let it set up completely. And I'll be back. Hasn't been that long, but this is pretty firm. And by applying this part here, it will firm it up even more. Got the D there, D there. So those are going to match up. D was right there. This is going to go across here like that, which is going to make this firm. And there's going to be glue all the way across. So let's go ahead and put the glue on here. just like this. There we go. And again, the D is going to face me because it was on that spot right here. It's on this tab here, or this slot right here. So we're going to push this in here like this. And again, we're going to clamp everything down. I should get out the real clamps. These are just little clamps. We're going to clamp it all down. And we're going to pause for a couple of minutes while that dries. And I'll be right back. While it dries, actually while it sets. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it has been a few minutes. This should be solidly glued. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take part G here. Make sure where G goes. Looks like, yes, G is going to go back here. I'm looking, and there's a couple of notches here, a notch here, and a notch here. Come on, focus. There you go. So your G, double check. Just looking, yes, G is going to go on here like this. Slots are going to line up, the tabs are going to line up, and the G's are going to line up. Oh, I'm off the screen, just like that. So let's go ahead and put some glue into each of these little spots here. Woo, a little bit of glue, not so much. Put some into each of these little tabs, and then again between the spots. Not putting it on the G because the G is actually going to be visible. But need a little bit more down here. Take this, line up the slots, put some glue on my arm. Come on, there we go. Sat my arm on top of the glue there. We're going to take that excess off. We're going to take that excess off. And then we're going to make sure the holes are lined up. I'm going to go ahead and put a clamp on here to keep this even. Clamp here. Clamp here. Making sure this is all the way down. And then a couple of clamps in between. Just like that. Set this down, let it dry. I think, yeah, we're going to let it dry because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring this part back over here. And then we're going to glue this together. I want to let this set up first because this tab right here, these parts are going to line up like that. So I'm going to let it sit for a minute and we'll be back. Okay, that should be dry. So now let me take these clamps off. And this is going to be, again, like we did over on this side. I'm going to end up gluing it and then setting it down on, face down on the table. Maybe I can just set it on the table like this. And let it, let's see, we'll have to see how it works out best. First thing I'm going to have to do is get these tabs to go in here. That could be an adventure in itself. So I'm going to move this part out of the way here. We'll put some glue on here. And again, I'm not going to glue along the edges. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't even show on the edges. It just shows the tabs. That also keeps me from having glue come out on the top so I can lay it face down. So now the fun part, getting all of these parts to line up and go together. Go ahead and take this and turn it over. I can feel it. These two will go in. From this side, I can actually see what's not lining up. Knock over the glue. Come on. There we go. And split a little piece of wood off again. That's good. And that. Like I said, find a blade real quick. Right here and here. Split a little bit off. That's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things because it is glued down like this. Let me go ahead and push this down. Matter of fact, what we're going to do is we're going to clamp it here. Stay there. We're going to go ahead and, no, don't lift up. We're going to clamp it here. The most important part is that the floor is staying level with itself, which I can feel it. It is mostly, there's a couple of spots that I might have to sand off, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and put a clamp, a couple of clamps here, hold it up, and then once this dries, once this sets up, that's all there is to do in this stage. So I'm going to go ahead and get that glue off of here first. Leaving glue all over my brand new bit, my brand new cutting mat. So we're going to leave that just like that and let it set up. That's all there is to do in this stage. Hope you're enjoying this build. I am enjoying doing it. It is a really good build. Unfortunately, it has not yet made it to the States. I managed to snag it from somebody on Hobby Time Modelers. But it's coming together. Got a good start on the second floor. Yeah, and we're going to call this a video. So, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new videos. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video.
Model mania, partwork models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Workman's model mania, partwork models, plastic modeling, wooden